Chapter 22. Anna and Jose darted between passengers, leaped over pull-along suitcases, and squeezed their way through the smallest gaps in the crowd. Excitement, or maybe fear, had apparently given Jose a burst of energy, even with his 1,000-pound backpack thumping against him as he ran. "Here's the door we need," Anna pointed, and a strong hand clamped around her arm. "Whoa there!" A barrel-chested man in an airport security uniform stepped in front of them. "You sure you want to be heading this way? If you have a flight to catch, you're not going to have much time to get back through security." The loudspeaker came on again. "Flight 2712 to Burlington, Vermont, now boarding passengers in Zone 4. We know, we're just getting something really quick. Our flight's not leaving for a while, and we have our boarding passes and everything." Anna held hers up, and the guard opened the door so they could pass through. She kept turning to look back as they hurried down the hallway, but Snakearm was gone. "I still don't understand," said Anna when her heart finally stopped turning handsprings in her chest. Why would Snickerbottom be involved with a..." She trailed off and stared. The check-in area that had been so deserted before was now clogged with people. Businessmen carrying briefcases, kids licking sticky lollipops, lines and lines of people barely moving, and every desk was staffed with at least 2 airline employees poking at their computers. "This isn't going to work," Anna said. "We can't sneak in now. Look at all the..." "Quick!" Jose grabbed her arm and yanked her under the rope into the check-in line, dodging passengers whose patience was already stretched thin. "Hey, where are your parents? Line's back there." Jose ignored them, pulled Anna behind him, and finally dove onto the floor next to the 2 little boys sprawled out amid 4 enormous green suitcases. They were playing hockey with pennies and popsicle sticks, while their parents talked on cell phones nearby. "What are you doing?" Anna hissed. "You guys want to play hockey?" the littler boy asked. "Not right now, thanks," Jose said. He turned to Anna and said in a low voice, "Don't turn around now, but they're here." "Snakearm?" Anna gasped. "No, Snickerbottom and his guys." Anna peeked over her shoulder. Sure enough, men in suits and cowboy hats were weaving through the crowd, heading their way. "We need to get out of here," she said. Then, "No, wait, we need to blend in." She turned to the boy who invited them to play hockey. "Do you have any more popsicle sticks?" He nodded. "They're kind of sticky. Is that okay?" "Fine." Anna took one and glanced over her shoulder. She couldn't see Snickerbottom anymore. Where had he gone? Jose took a stick too, made a distracted swipe at the penny, and looked down the line of passengers. "There they are. They're coming right up the line, talking to people." "Score!" the bigger of the 2 boys called. "No fair. This new guy on my team wasn't paying attention. Do-over." "Keep your head down," Jose whispered to Anna. "They're right here." Anna stared at her purple-stained popsicle stick. It must have been a grape one, and pushed the penny along the polished floor. Her ears perked. "Excuse me, have you seen a young man about so tall?" She recognized the voice immediately this time. It was behind her, too close. "His parents are a member of the orchestra group that's about to leave town, and apparently he's run off. The little Dickens were trying to help find him." Anna lifted her head just enough to see the cowboy boots walking past, up to the American Airlines counter. "Possible he never left the baggage room. Maybe we missed him," one of the men muttered. Then Anna heard Snickerbottom say, "We won't miss him this time." "Are you playing or what?" The bigger boy shook his popsicle stick at Anna. She looked down and got her penny back into play, but her mind wasn't on the game. Snickerbottom hadn't caught up with Henry and Sinan yet, but he wasn't giving up. "Anna, look!" Jose dropped his popsicle stick and scrambled to his feet, pointing. Snickerbottom was having a conversation with the woman at the counter, an excited, hand-waving sort of conversation. The woman motioned to the other agent behind the counter, who came over and listened as Snickerbottom talked and waved his hands around some more. He sure was making a scene. The computer was perched on the edge of the counter, and he kept nudging it with his elbow. I can't hear what he's saying, Anna said. It could be anything. So there was a smash and a flash of sparks at the counter as the computer crashed to the floor. Snickerbottom was looking tens of kinds of sorry and helping to pick up the pieces, but from the way he kept bumping into things, Anna guessed he had trashed it on purpose. Look, Jose pointed to the next counter where the smallest of Snickerbottom's 3 guards, the cowboy-hatted, pocket-clinking man, was drifting slowly toward the luggage conveyor belt. He looked around once, twice, crawled onto the belt, and made himself as flat as he could, as if he wanted to sink right down into it. He shot a look over his shoulder as the belt slid silently along, pulling him behind the flapping rubber strips. You still playing? The little boy tugged at the bottom of Anna's pant leg. It's your turn now. Her turn. Their turn. Anna stared at the baggage belt, the chaos up at the counter as the airline workers brought out brooms and tried to calm irate passengers who were now going to wait an even longer line, and she whispered to Jose, "Follow me." It had been such a long day that kids were running all over and nobody paid attention to Anna and Jose weaving through the crowd, not even when they crept behind the American Airlines check-in area and up to the baggage belt. "I don't care who he is. He's going to pay for that computer," a man in an American Airlines uniform was saying. "Now where is the other broom?" Jose eased his backpack off his shoulder. He hugged it to his chest and raised his eyebrows at Anna. She nodded. They crouched low and crawled onto the luggage belt just before it disappeared under the rubber strips. This time Anna went first down the long, dark plunge and scrambled out of the way before Jose came plummeting down after. "What in the devil?" A man in a day-glow orange vest stood over them. He adjusted his name tag, George Melvin, U.S. Airways baggage. "Hey, Tom, we aren't back from break more in a minute, and look, 2 kids down the baggage chute." "We're sorry," Anna tried to stand, but her feet were tangled in the suitcase pile. "We needed to get something out of one of our suitcases." Jose sat next to her, still clutching his backpack and staring in shock. She hoped he was thinking of an idea. George Malbert nodded the other baggage handler. "Go tell Tucker. He'll call somebody to escort him up to security." The man hurried across the room toward another worker with stripes on the shoulders of his vest. Anna was in no hurry to meet Tucker. She's scrambling down the step, down from the heaps of bags. "Hey, where are you going?" "Getting down before I get hit by flying luggage." As if to prove her point, a Thomas the Tank Engine suitcase came sailing through the chute, just missing her. Jose hoisted his backpack onto his shoulder and climbed down beside her. "So, do you gentlemen go through all this baggage?" he asked. "It must be a fascinating job." "Oh, you betcha." George Malbut's eyes lit up. "You wouldn't believe some of the things we see." Anna stared. Here they were, probably about to be arrested, and Jose was interviewing the baggage handler. When George turned out to find an example of oversized luggage, Jose jerked his head in the direction of the big crates where they'd been before. Anna could just make out a glint of silver on the ground. Her camera. This one time, my buddy Sammy lifts the suitcase and he hears a rattling coming from inside. Slowly, Anna backed up. He starts to unzip the thing and I say, "You sure you want to do that?" Anna ducked into a shadow under the baggage belt and looked back. Then Sammy screams, "Yeah!" He throws the suitcase clear across the room, and there on the floor is a snake, 3, maybe 4 feet long. "Really?" Jose stepped to the side to block the view of Anna. She ducked out from under the belt. "Sammy's hopping all over like he's got fire ants in his drawers, and I thought he must have got bit." The concrete floor was cool and grainy under Anna's hands as she crawled toward the camera, 20 feet away. So I say, "Sammy, did he get you?" Annie crept forward 10 feet. Then he knocks a golf bag on the floor and clubs fall all over, so he grabs one and swings it over his head. "Wow, did he kill the snake?" she heard Jose ask. She was almost there. "Nope, missed." One of our other guys came running in, scooped the snake up with his bare hand, and zipped it up in a duffel bag. I guess he's all into handling snakes for a hobby or something. Anna was reaching for the camera when she heard a sniffle. She froze. There was a sneeze so close she felt tiny water droplets on the back of her neck. Slowly, she turned her head. In the shadows between two wooden crates stood Snickerbottom's security guard. He lifted one hand and wiped his nose. In the other hand, he held a knife.